You're watching Forget Being Cool.
Let me tell you something, Dave. Tecmo Bowl is hands down the most overrated video game of all video game history.
It's time for the button discussion.
Hi, John.
Dave, hi, Dave. You might think, and whoever's watching this might think that I'm just like trying to say something to get a rise out of somebody, or trying to do things where someone's like, "Oh, let's click and share this because this guy's an idiot." No. I mean, I might be an idiot, but no. I thoroughly believe that this is the most overrated video game ever.
I actually agree with you. I've played this game now enough times. I booted up enough times. I'm just bored by it. I never feel like I'm doing anything competent. Like it's like so bare bones that like it's not even fun. It's like where Madden has gone so far complex that I absolutely despise that franchise. And yet it's not complicated enough that I am having a good time playing this. It's dull. I don't get it, John. I don't even know why people like this game. I don't know why it got remade for the Xbox One. We'll talk about that later. I don't get it, John. I don't get it.
So I think your complaints might end up being slightly different than mine.
Okay.
Right? So I get why people might like this, right? You're an overpowered powerhouse player, no matter who you are on the field, especially if was it Bo Jackson, who, by the way, doesn't say Bo Jackson. You just have to know that that's who you are. And you can literally just run around people. It's not realistic. And granted, it's supposed to be arcadey, I guess, maybe. I don't know what was going through their minds when they made the game. But there is so little realism to this game. Now, I used to play a different football game, NES Play Action Football, right? And I bring it up only because – I bring it up only because there's some like very important comparisons here, right? In Tecmo Bowl, right, like first of all, you don't have the real players. There's no injuries. There's no stamina, any of that stuff. And I get that. Like I understand not having the real players, like not having the full license or whatever, maybe at the time.
Right.
I can kind of understand not having the injuries and stamina. Like I don't like it.
It adds a little bit of a level of complexity that maybe not necessary.
Yeah. Whereas on the other one I always played, it had all that stuff. Like if you ran a really long run and then you try to do the same thing again and you get hit, you're gonna fumble. And this one, that's not the case. But here's where it gets me. Like this is the part that upsets me more than anything with this game. I'd say there's two big things. One, you could take a player and run down the field and literally run circles around a defender. Like that's you can't like there's no level of realism there. Like, and I understand on a game like Blitz, right? Or whatever
Street.
that. Yeah, NFL Streets, right? Which I love those games, but they're supposed to be that way, right? They're supposed to be a little cheesy and corny and whatever else and super arcadey. But this wasn't, I don't think. And so you got that, right? I don't like that aspect of it. The other one is when you throw the ball, your guys are in a set location, right? Like you throw
It's
the ball,
bizarre. It's the play system is dumb to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, it should be in the way it is in the other game that I love so much. And the reason I put this game so high above Tecmo Bowl is that you throw the ball where the receiver is going to go, and then you have to take control of the receiver and move him to that location and take control of the cornerback and put him in that defensive position.
Right.
This one, you just throw it, and it is what it is.
You just wait till they're open.
Yeah, and like I think the defender maybe can move for just a slight bit longer after the ball's thrown, but like only a very slight bit. But like nothing else moves. It's just like balls in the air, everyone stands still. Right? And that's not fun. Like that takes so much out of the game. It takes so much. Like I understand
it's like
the NES were not realistic, but seriously, do something here.
It's not yet. You're not playing. It's not. The game is not playing at all. You're playing against like a tactile, like pieces are being moved. Like it's like playing like a board game, football game, right? Like if we were to design a football game to play as a board game, that's what this is.
Dave, have you ever played the game where it's like a board and you put the football players on it and like the board vibrates because it vibrates, it makes the little like players like move around. Have you ever played this?
No, but it sounds like the players move around a lot more in that than this.
Yeah, they do. There's no passing, oddly enough, because it's just like a little plastic person. But you got to check this game out, and that's what it reminded me of when you were saying it's like an old school football game. Like, it's bizarre.
Anyway, John. I mean, do we have anything else to say? We could just trash this game all day.
No, I will say that like if you love this game, I get it, right?
I get that people hold every game. There's a game for everybody. They all hold them near and dear to their hearts. There's not a lot of NES games that I hold dear and near to my heart like that. Like this, I mean, that's why this show is kind of interesting in that way. But like,
yeah,
I don't have real nostalgia for any of this, and I mean, I don't know if NFL Street 2 is the greatest video game of all time, but to me, it is. You know, it's the best football. It's the best football game I've ever played, and nothing has ever come close, in my opinion. And this is a completely just me. This has nothing to do with like people or their opinions of video games, but like, I don't know why people hold this game in particular like that close to their hearts, like I hold NFL Street 2 to my heart.
So I honestly, I think to answer that question is that it was the most known and the one that people had back then. And so everybody played it. I mean, like, so there were other football games back in this time period. I mean, there was NES Play Action Football, which is the one I loved, but it's the one I had as a kid. Had I had Tecmo Bowl and not that one as a kid, maybe I'd feel different. I don't know.
I mean, I have nostalgia for the Sega Genesis, but not the Super Nintendo. And that's because I had a Sega Genesis.
Yeah, well, and I think that's a lot of the reason. Like, it was the one that everyone had. Now, like, there were other, like I said, there's other games like 10-Yard Fight. If you ever try 10-Yard Fight, it is the worst football game I've ever played, hands down. And there was a few other really bad ones. And I think it's just nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So go play this game. You can, I guess.
Yeah, and you can. I mean, it's okay. It's okay on the mini NES Classic Micro Edition new.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Actually, I think that's the best place to play it. And here's where I think it doesn't have some of the issue that some of the other games do. Like Punch Out. Punch Out has an issue on this because there's that slight delay. This one doesn't matter because you hit the button to throw it, and you sit back and watch what happens, and then you wait till after he catches it, and then you run. So you don't have to matter if there's a delay between your controller and the TV.
You don't even really have to play the game. It almost just kind of just tap buttons randomly.
I don't know if I'd say that, but okay.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to the Button Discussion or watching us on YouTube. Of course, hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us. It's a big deal. It makes our shows keep happening. We're also going to be talking about the one that was released for the Xbox 360, the Tecmo Bowl, this week on We Got Game Pass. So go check that out. It'll be out sometime this week, coming soon to Forget Being Cool. I'm Dave Moore. That's Johnny Casino, also known as John Bueller.
Oh, so you forgot. I give this a rating of 3 poop emojis and a confused face emoji.
One of those has a football helmet on, though.
Ew.
There's a football helmet emoji, right?
There's a football helmet. It's not like an emoji because it doesn't have a face associated with it.
Right, so we'll put it on the poop emoji.
That's gross. Continue.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Forget being cool. We won't keep that part in because it's just weird. It makes John uncomfortable. Mash that subscribe button.
For more great discussions, hit that subscribe button or visit forgetbeingcool.com.